LumApps for your intranet and AI using Google Vertex. So I'm Lisa Capra. I am one of the product marketing managers here at LumApps, and LumApps is an intranet package solution. We are an intranet provider, and we are closely partnered with Google Workspace. So today we're going to start off by talking about the world of work. And then, of course, if you are a Google Workspace customer, if you are using Google Workspace at your organization, or if you're thinking about using Google Workspace, how LumApps and Google Workspace work seamlessly and so beautifully together. And then we'll do a demo too of Google and LumApps and see how they play so nicely together, and talk a little bit about how AI can help as an internal communicator, how it can really help you to streamline your work and make your work more impactful so you can focus on important things, right? So today, we know organizations are having a hard time getting everyone aligned. We hear it all the time. Employees are not understanding their company's strategy. Communication, even with our best efforts, 76% of HR professionals say that effective communication is going to positively impact employee performance. So we know how important internal communications are, and getting everyone aligned so employees know what they need to do, they know what their corporate initiatives are, they have that strategic vision and a set clear mission for your organization. But our employees' needs have changed, especially in the last 4 or 5 years. And we don't even need to talk about why. We all know why. And then with the shift to remote and hybrid work, we know that communications are getting missed, or there's too much information. We've adopted so many different tech stacks and apps that there's just so much. Our employees just end up missing information, not seeing it, or it's not relevant, right? It might not even be relevant for them. I might work in marketing and I might see content that's more focused for finance or legal. That's not relevant, so I'm going to ignore it. And what we're doing is we condition our employees to ignore information. So when something important really does come across, they end up missing it. They're ignoring it. So that's what we don't want. We all know as internal communicators and HR professionals that we want to make sure our messages are resonating with our employees, they're personalized, and therefore they're impactful. So if you're using an intranet, or if you're not, an intranet can really be helpful. And if you are using an intranet, you know that it can help you as an internal communicator, or even as an HR professional, to provide personalized communications. We just talked about those personalized messages and how important they are. Media-rich communications, especially now more and more, you are seeing content strategies shift to be more inclusive of what we're seeing in everyday life with social media, with TikTok, YouTube Shorts. We're seeing people leverage the power of video to deliver their internal communications. We're seeing more blogs and more newsletters that group content together so that people have a buffet of information and they can access it. So that's what an intranet can do to help a comms team really get the message out internally. And it really can provide a space for your company news, right? Dynamic, living, breathing company news that's continually updated, and people can actually go in there, have a social element, and comment, like, share information. If your intranet cannot yet do that, we're here to tell you it absolutely can and should be able to support that kind of, collaboration internally. And getting to the collaboration piece, really improving collaboration at your organization, whether it's team-based projects or knowledge sharing communities, shared company calendars, different corporate initiatives, whether it's DEI or sustainability initiatives, whatever your company cares about, your intranet should be able to support those initiatives. So LumApps and Google Workspace work beautifully together. We at LumApps are a Google Workspace partner, And you've already, if you are a Google Workspace customer, have invested in Google Workspace. And if you haven't yet become a Google Workspace customer and you're thinking about that as one of your solutions, so you can actually think about how you can streamline everything and put everything together in one place where your employees have synchronization, single sign-on, direct access to all of your workspace apps. And this intranet homepage, you can see we've got search, we've got drive files, we've got calendars, we've got applications and community posts, everything in that one-stop shop. So really capitalizing on that Google Workspace investment and bringing Google Vertex AI to the front door of your organization, surfacing and previewing documents right there on a screen, right? Finding documents directly from your LumApps intranet search bar. And what I love, being able to publish a Google Doc directly to your intranet. That's one of the coolest features. It really helps to streamline work because sometimes you've got 10, 15, 40 people collaborating on a Google Doc for a piece of internal information, and being able to finally get it in a workable state. And then when it's ready to be published, we don't want to sit and copy and paste from a Google Doc into an intranet. We want to be able to click a couple times and poof, it's published. So that functionality right there really cuts down on the workload of people who are managing internal communications and HR. So you can also, of course, leverage AI. We're hearing so much about AI these days. And usually when we're hearing about AI, what are we hearing? We're hearing about like ChatGPTs and generative AI, right? But AI can do more than just generate content. It can do more than just us asking it a question or giving it a prompt and then spitting out a bunch of text. We're seeing more and more AI being leveraged for really powerful everyday tasks. And I heard a really interesting quote from an internal communicator. And they said, I don't want AI to replace me, right? And replace my work, because internal communications is so personalized. And it really is personalized to the organization and to the audience that I'm communicating with. But I would love for AI to be able to do the things that I don't like to do, like pouring through my intranet to search for outdated content and telling me this content might need to be refreshed. Hey, I'm looking at the analytics for you here, and internal communicator, nobody's looked at this content for the last 3 months. Do you still think it's relevant? How cool would it be if AI could do that for us? Well, with LumApps and Google working together, it actually can. So we call this content gardening. It's not a new term, but it's something that we think about tending to a garden, pulling out the weeds. We do this with our content. How nice would it be to not have to do it manually? Well, with LumApps and AI, LumApps Analytics and AI from Google working together, we can actually detect, eliminate duplicate content. It can give you a prompt to create new content. People are searching for a specific topic within your LumApps intranet. The AI will prompt you to say, hey, people are searching for these keywords and you don't have any content about it. Would you like to create a piece of content? That's useful, right? And it can take it one step further and, of course, help to eliminate that blank page and help you, of course, to create the content, which you can then refine. But that's the part that we are most excited about, being able to prompt you, make your job easier, and help to streamline things so you can make your employees happy and increase their efficiency and productivity. And of course, enhancing the employee experience, right, through AI-powered search. So you can actually use the LumApps native search to not only search through your Google Workspace files and slides and sheets, but you can also use the LumApps native search bar to help you to get questions answered. It's conversational. You can ask about who is somebody, right, at my organization. You were told to go and find Evan and talk with him because he's going to have the answer. And you're like, who is Evan? So we're going to show in just a few minutes how we can actually leverage LumApps native search to help drive productivity, make things a lot easier for your employees. And of course, we have the actionable insights part. We want employees, when they're searching, for example, maybe they're searching for PTO policy. They want to not only know the policy, but we want them to be able to actually take action right from their LumApps search. Powered by Google's Vertex AI, they actually can do that. They can submit PTO right from their search query results page. So something that's really exciting to be able to do. And of course, I'm going to show you in just a few minutes. So LumApps, we are an intranet. We are an intranet packaged solution, and we live by 3 pillars. We want to empower organizations to help employees to understand company goals and then act on their work, and of course, grow within the organization. So of course, these 3 pillars drive everything we do here at LumApps, and starting with understand, having those personalized communications, making sure they're personalized and drilled down all the way to the employee level. So it's not just, let's send out a mass email to this whole department and it may not even be relevant to this employee, but really drilling down to that personalization with targeted and media-rich messages. Next is the act portion, and I'll show you how cool this is in just a minute, where you can actually have personalized one-stop shop applications integrated right into your intranet, where employees can take action, whether that's submitting an IT ticket. And we're not talking about clicking a link and then it takes you out to another system to log you in and then you forget the login. We're talking about being able to do these things right from your LumApps intranet and being able to do it in a seamless way. Keep everyone in one place. And then the part we're super excited about as well is professional growth. We all know, we're hearing all the time about how hard companies are having a hard time keeping, attracting, and retaining employees. Especially now, employees want opportunities to grow internally. A few years ago, we heard the term quiet quitting, where employees were kind of just doing the bare minimum, right? Now we're hearing about quiet hiring, where companies are responding to that quiet quitting and they are growing their workforce internally and getting them upskilled to help them to grow professionally within their organizations. Well, how do you do that? And how do you keep everyone aligned at the same time? Well, LumApps has invested in a mobile-first learning solution to keep employees upskilled, trained, and whether you're using it for onboarding or your own professional development within your organization and your corporate initiatives, we've got mobile-first, fun, gamified learning experiences that are delivered right in the flow of work through your LumApps intranet. We deliver this, of course, at enterprise scale, right? So we've got customers ranging from just under 1,000 to well into the multi-thousands. So we've got really great integrations. And of course, Google Workspace customers are Google Workspace, Microsoft 365. We've got integrations with both of them to really help make sure that we're streamlining and helping you to maximize your tech stack. Of course, we partner with both Google, Microsoft, and then Workday as well. And we are selected by Workday to actually be their intranet. So we are, LumApps, Workday uses us as their intranet for their 20,000 global employees internally. So I always think that's really cool that we've got such great partners who are there supporting us, helping us strategize, and really serving customers and making an impact for employees. So let's talk a little bit about how AI can help internal communicators and all of our teams internally. Companies that leverage AI in their internal comms can really streamline workflows, personalized experience, and of course, enhance business performance. And that was said by Forbes last year. So when we're talking about streamlining workflows, we're talking about keeping everybody in one place, using their intranet not only as a dumping ground for information, but really making it this growing, thriving, breathing place where people are collaborating, getting work done, able to complete tasks and get information. And of course, we know with the blank page, right? Some of us who are internal communicators, we know that we are impactful. We can craft a communication, but not everybody is able to do that. Sometimes managers really aren't given communications training. So let's empower them, right? Let's not just give them a blank page. Let's empower them with being able to use AI to prompt it and help them get started. And then we can, of course, help refine that. So today I'm going to show you a couple things, how LumApps and Google can support accessibility of content, search, really help democratize contribution within your intranet, and then, of course, we talked about actionable insight execution. So I'm going to jump on into the first piece with supporting accessibility. So I'm here in a LumApps demo environment, and I am an employee, Flora. So here I get my welcome message at the top left of my screen. I have access to all kinds of great information, personal, global company news that I can navigate through. But I'm going to go ahead and click on this new travel policy because I'm supposed to be traveling for work soon. So when I click on this, you can see I've got an AI generated summary of the article using Google Vertex AI, getting that quick, important points, high level points, and supporting the accessibility because maybe I'm traveling or commuting for work and I don't have time to sit and look through this article. I'll listen to it instead. So really important to support accessibility for our employees. So I can listen to this article, and then of course the social element where I can comment, I can like the article, I can see what my colleagues are saying about the article, and then I of course have the power to share that article. Next, going back to the search piece, maybe I need to find this colleague of mine who said, another one said, hey, you need to reach out to Evan. And I'm supposed to know who Evan is, but I don't. How many times has that happened? So Flora's typing in the search here, who is Evan? And when she finds the search query results, she gets an AI generated answer, right? She finds out, oh, he's the system admin, and here's his email, here's his location, and here is his profile. So you can learn more about this employee and actually access his profile and follow him if you need to see what he's doing within your organization. Let's show democratizing contribution. So let's say that Flora needs to create some content for her organization. So she's going to create a piece of local news. So she goes to the create button, selects create news, and she comes down here to where she can insert an image, of course. But let's say she needs a little bit of help getting started. She's going to ask the Google Vertex AI and LumApps integrated AI content to help her create an internal communication about Trendizes, that's her organization, sustainability project or policy. And she wants it to be kind of neutral tone and formality, and she wants it, of course, to be friendly. Now she's going to generate some content. So she's not sitting there wasting time thinking about it. But of course, she wants to take the time to personalize and refine it. So maybe she would like to refine this last piece here. And when she clicks Ask AI, it's going to give her the option to change her tone, maybe to be more humorous. And it's going to give her some options. And maybe she likes this, maybe she doesn't. She can ask it to do it again if she wants, or she can replace that selection. So she's got all of those options to really help empower her and make contribution a lot easier. And then finally, the action piece. So let's go ahead and we will exit out of this piece. I don't want to save. And let's say that Flora needs to take some PTO. So she searches in the LumApps native search for PTO, and it tells her, hey, use the micro app here to submit your request in Workday. Now, old intranets, maybe they give her the link to Workday. So then she needs to go and log into Workday. And if she's not using single sign-on at her organization, maybe she has to go ask somebody to log in. But here, right from the search query results page, she can go in and she can get her nice long weekend and submit that time off and hit the request button, and the request is directly sent to her manager. So how cool is that? Streamlining productivity, making employees' lives easier, giving them the opportunity to understand company goals, act on their work like we just saw, and grow with their organization. So that is exciting news for us. And we've got some great resources that Sydney is going to share with you on LumApps and Google. And I'll kick it back over to you, Sydney.